Well, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. The toast is toasting, the butter's buttering, and the turkey is pardoned. And so is Mr. Flynn. It's Holidays LALATE, and I hope you are having a beautiful Thanksgiving. In this special edition of Holidays LALATE, I'll go over how to keep the holiday decor simple and fresh on Thanksgiving if you're rushing around unprepared and sort of chaotic, sort of like me. Your hair looks like a mess, and haven't gone to that San Francisco hairstylist. Or you just, you're keeping it very low key for Thanksgiving, and you want to, dress up the decor, especially if you're just keeping it very simple. I'll go over the spirit and the focus, and I'll go over your stimulus checks. Big development on your second stimulus checks, second stimulus package, and what could come during the holidays. Yes, I'll be answering your questions. How much, when, and what likely, and I'll be going over more about that money right now. You ready for that? I am. Let's get to it, and this is Holidays LALATE. Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm here, you're here, and you're here as well. So thank you for joining me on this special edition of Holidays LALATE. And boy, it's a successful day of glee and freshness and happiness as thousands of stimulus checks are being sent out in other countries, but we have nothing. So, we're keeping it fresh and we're keeping it real, and we're trying to keep our spirits intact. As millions of Americans are told to go on lockdown and are not issued stimulus checks, restaurants and businesses are being closed and unemployment benefits are expiring. And so now millions of Americans are trying to figure out how to cope with this as the holiday spirit unfolds and maybe folds up. And in this video, I'm going to go over how to get money right now. Please subscribe, because no one's getting you money right now, not 5 days from now, not 5 weeks from now, and not 5 roosters from now. I'm getting viewers money right now. And even though this is Thanksgiving and city offices are closed and county offices are closed, their websites are open. And so viewers are actually sending me messages in the last few hours saying, "Thank you, LA. I got money because of you in the last few days." One viewer said something as simple as a tank of gas for her mom was appreciated. Another viewer got, I think it was $5,000 or $10,000 for something, either rent or utilities. So this should be your money. So in this video, I'm going to go over how you can get that money and updates about your stimulus. So I'm getting viewers money not 5 days from now, not 5 weeks from now, not 5 months from now, but right now. And you really need this money. And what's important to understand that this is free money. This is money that was supposed to be given to you by the cities and states and was initially dedicated to you by Congress. And what I want to ensure for you is that this money is there. And the viewers of this channel continue to succeed to get it and continue to push to get it. And I really am excited that so many are focused on getting it. So please subscribe to this channel. Also like this video. In this video, I'll be going over what are the major developments that you should expect. Not particularly tomorrow, because tomorrow's not a very productive day in Congress, but next week. And what is really unfolding now as the narrative for second stimulus kicks in. Are you going to get a stimulus check? How much will it be? When will you get it? What's going to happen with the stimulus package? What will be the deal provisions? What's happening to hazard pay? How about FPUC? What about UI? And then I'll be going to EIDL, escalated benefits, and CARES Act 1 grants at up to about the 10-minute mark of this video. After the 10-minute mark, I'll be turning to holidays decor. This is the easy breezy, lighthearted broadcast. And for more details about all these elements, watch Mornings LALATE, which I'll drop in the comments in the links above. Mornings LALATE has a lot of coverage of this. And join me at 3:30 Pacific Standard Time on Afternoons LALATE. Meantime, I'll be going live and tape throughout the day with additional programming to keep you in the holiday spirit this Thanksgiving for my family and yours. All right, let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news as you sit here today is that millions of Americans are wondering if there's going to be a second stimulus check. I believe there will. Then they're wondering if there's going to be a second stimulus check arriving during the holidays. I believe it will. Then they're wondering if there'll be extension of benefits, PUA, UI, and FPUC during the holidays. I believe it will. Ultimately, my belief is based upon Congress acting rationally, and Congress has often acted irrationally in recent months, but I believe those things will happen. Now, the question is how soon and how quickly. It's not going to happen in November. We're near at the end of the month. So would it happen December? Yes, I believe it will. How robust and what will it look like and what will happen? Will it be retroactive? What will be the stimulus check amount and all those things and more? My concern is that so many things are expiring in December, and that there's lockdowns across the country, and businesses can't survive this. Individuals are going to have financial burdens for this as well. And my concern is that Wall Street stays on message about this. And it looks like, so far, that Wall Street is staying on message about this. But there's two things that are deeply of concern to me. One, Wall Street is doing well in terms of certain types of industries and stock performances. And so when they're doing well, sometimes the broadcast news rather talk about how well stock is doing than how much American is hurting. And that's the first concern. Next is when they talk about stimulus checks, they often say, is another $1,200 stimulus check going out? And every time I hear that, I sort of want to grimace. And I'm like, well, who said $1,200 was a good number to start with? And now we're sort of saying, is another one going to go out? Oh, congratulations, another one's going out, $1,200. As opposed to saying, is another stimulus check going out, which is a different story. Then when we talk about escalated benefits on FPUC, and we talk about enhanced unemployment benefits, FPUC, they say, is it going to get extended? Well, we've been waiting around since July to get it done. And now we have UI and PUA expiring. Ultimately, I believe all those things are going to get done together. That's my belief based upon a rational Congress. And then my question I get, is it going to be retroactive? You know what? At this point, they're struggling to get so little done in such a little time that ultimately I would not be surprised if they try to get away with not doing FPUC retroactive. Yeah. So let's go over how many things they have to get done in a very short period of time for the second stimulus package. Things that they really absolutely categorically have to get done. Stimulus check, PUA expiring, UI expiring, as to FPEUC is what I'm referring to. Then FPUC they have to take care of. PPP they have to do. And then they sort of needed, and then they have to take care of eviction moratorium and mortgage forbearance. Those are all expiring as well. So my concern is how quickly can they get these things done, and will they get them done? Ultimately, my belief is that they will get these things done, but the issue is how much. Will they do a more robust stimulus check? You know what? Ultimately, my concern is that who is fighting for a bigger stimulus check? The question is, no one. Except us. I don't see the Democrats, I don't see the Republicans, either side arguing for a bigger stimulus check. The last time someone argued for a bigger stimulus check, it was Donald Trump, and it was Steve Mnuchin, and it was Mark Meadows. And ultimately, if they are divorced from the negotiations, and then Mitch McConnell takes the lead negotiations on it, which may not be the case, thank God, then you may not see anyone really fighting for a bigger stimulus check. Mitch McConnell, Steve Mnuchin, and Mark Meadows confirmed last Thursday and Friday that they are working on this stimulus relief and expect to get it done in the next few days. You hope that Steve Mnuchin and Mark Meadows are in there. Why? Because the most recent negotiations suggested were updated by Mark Meadows saying that the president had offered a bigger stimulus check and that a bigger stimulus check would be coming. That was never confirmed in writing. It was orally, and we were not given a hard, firm number. So the next concern is how quickly would someone get this on point, and how high would the number go? We've seen a lot of people in these negotiations where they had a higher number and then back up. Steve Mnuchin said he would do the Problem Solvers bill, but then didn't agree to the Problem Solvers FPUC. And then said he would do the Problem Solvers bill, but then wouldn't agree to multiple stimulus checks because even though the Problem Solvers bill has multiple stimulus checks in there. So ultimately, you have a lot of people that say they're going to go somewhere and then back up. Nancy Pelosi had offered $1,200 stimulus checks for everyone, and then backed up and said, you know what, I'm just going to give $500 for adult dependents and $500 for children. Wait a second, why are we backing up again? And so ultimately, the concern is whether they will try to water down the stimulus check. And that's one of the issues. Next, let's turn to Money Right Now. Money Right Now is available to you right now. And what's important for you to understand is that I really am happy of the progress we've reached as a family this Thanksgiving. One, viewers now seem to really understand what this money is. That's really good. So I've gotten you to understand what this money is. Two, I think viewers have now gotten to understand that this is free money. This is grant money. This is stimulus money. When I'm referring to the money that's being held in your city and state, when I'm referring to escalated benefits, that's all free money. You don't repay it. It's not debt money. It's all free money. There's no credit check for any of that type of money. And so I think we now understand what it is. That's really also good. We also understand there's a fake narrative out there. And the fake narrative is it's not anywhere in my state, anywhere in any city of any county in my state. And we all sort of understand that's a fake narrative because you've seen enough hits where people, like the person in Massachusetts, Tyrone, who got $14,000 after people were saying, there's nothing in this entire state of Massachusetts. Untrue, I was saying, untrue. And he went and got $14,000 of rent. So the great news is that people are now really laser focused and have sort of divorced themselves of things are distracting, not there, sort of there. And now we're just focused on finding it. All your effort should be on finding the money and not on other things out there that are just sort of negative. What's important to understand is that this money that you should be looking for today, because this is a holiday, because offices are closed, is websites. Pull open your phone and push that button on the front of your phone where there is a microphone and say, official city website, Nashville. And it will pull up the official city of Nashville's website. Official website of Nashville. Official city website of Nashville. City of Nashville official website. There's 5,000 ways to say it. That is where you're going to pull up the official website and you're going to look at it and then you're going to go through it and find where in there these grants are. Then you're going to do the same thing for your county. Maricopa County official website. You're going to pull it up and then you're going to look through it and then say, okay, okay, here it is. This is city, county, and state housing authority websites you want to be looking at. Next, you want to be looking at your utility company, SoCal Edison official website. And then it'll pull up, oh, okay, there it is. And you sort of go through it. Ultimately, you should be able to pull up official websites. That's not a problem. The issue is sort of looking through it. And it is a holiday. A lot of the volunteers are unavailable to be reached today because they're spending time with their family members. So I want you to really step up. Also lean on anyone that's in the comments. Just say, hey, can someone help me? Can someone help find this for me as well? With that, let's turn to some holiday decor at the 10-minute mark. You know, now that it's Thanksgiving, the question is, how do you bring Thanksgiving in a way that's sort of simple and fresh for everyone? And does the holiday have to be denominational for Thanksgiving? And does it have to be turkey themed? Here's my thought on the situation. When you do Thanksgiving decor, it's sometimes overwhelming to do Thanksgiving decor and then suddenly turn around and do Christmas decor. So the best thing that I try to do is just do festive decor. Festive decor for the holiday season. And yet this turkey is out year round around me. He's basically on the set all the time. And so if you have festive decor, you don't have to feel the stress of, oh my goodness, I just did Thanksgiving decor. Now I'm doing Christmas decor. And what's important to understand is festive decor is really almost anything you want it to be. And I don't want you to think that you have to go out and buy a turkey ornament or buy a turkey statue that basically you can just pull leaves from your yard or fruit from your trees or down limbs and things that are very beautiful that nature gives us that's free, and dress up the decor. Because ultimately when you do something that's festive, Festive is seasonal. And when you focus on the season rather than the holiday, then one, you're able to do it for free, which is the magic number. And then two, you're able to do something that's going to span the entire winter weeks and from Thanksgiving all the way through Christmas into New Year's. If you default to someone like this guy and just do, Thanksgiving and roosters and chickens and roosters and chickens all over the place, then ultimately tomorrow you're going to be like, boy, I got to get rid of all this stuff and I got to start all over again. And you shouldn't have to feel overwhelmed like that. Yes, this guy's cute. And yes, it does dress the decor. But ultimately, the important thing to understand is that you can achieve this by basically staying with something more non-holiday tied. Do seasonal. Think winter and fall, the leaves of fall, the pine cones behind me. Notice how I've had pine cones on the set for now, a week and a half? And so the pine cones really are relevant all the way up until the point at which it's too warm outside and people be like, why does he have winter pine cones on? It's 85 degrees outside. So pine cones, for example, in the background make a decor from October to almost February or March until it starts to warm up, and then hey, it's spring, it's blossoms, and it's nice warm weather. Then the winter element that pine cones emit, the imagery, is no longer relevant. This guy, his relevancy may be less there as of tomorrow, because ultimately, if you're thinking about a turkey and you're walking in for Christmas, it's like, okay, why is there a turkey sitting around? Did you just not put away the Thanksgiving decorations? And then come February, you're like, okay, he's still sitting around. Why is he still there? Needless, I never put him away. So if you have a question about it, it's like, okay, here he is. But the thing is that if you stay with stuff that is very, very basic, and that is very seasonal, then one, you're going to do something free. Two, you're going to do something that is universally liked. Three, you're going to do something non-denominational. So if anyone comes over your house and is deeply religious, they're not going to be uncomfortable with so much denominational stuff around you. Four, it's stuff that's perishable and it's easy to throw away. So nothing's greater than getting, free things that nature brings you and dropped on the ground and decorating the house up with leaves and pine cones and things like that and just get rid of them after the season's over, because you didn't buy it and you don't need to keep it. You can just get rid of it and don't be a hoarder. Just get rid of it and start anew. And that's the real spirit of the holiday season. You don't have to go out and buy a turkey decoration. You don't have to go out and buy a Santa decoration. You can just keep things that is simply holiday spirit. It is festive embracing of the seasons. And with that, it's holiday decor. It's holidays at LALATE. And join me later today at 3:30 Pacific Standard Time with Check as I have big developments on your second stimulus throughout the day. Also, throughout the day, I will be going taped and live as to breaking developments and just things that are keeping you fun and festive. I'm here to have you keep it lighthearted and easy breezy and make this family feel part of a family all throughout the Thanksgiving day. So join me as I go taped and live throughout the day. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and stay at LA for more.